things went wrong after you guys up 11 late in the third?
Say the first part again, I'm
Where
sorry.
do you think things went wrong after being up pretty good in the third? It's a three, I think it's 76-65.
Undisciplined defensively. In a lot of ways, off-ball switching was an issue. We got carved up there, something we've been doing decent to well all year, and lack of communication there. So defensively, that hurt. Undisciplined shot taking as well. You know, some of the good looks we got early in the ball movement, get those to get that lead. And then once we stopped making shots, they got out in transition, hurt us there. But the off-ball defense was glaring. That stood out.
Well, what did you kind of tell the guys after the game, especially after that goal?
One of the poorest losses of the year. You know, a team that is depleted as we are, just out-hustled us late in the game, and very undisciplined effort overall.
They in particular, especially during that run, were getting into the paint. Guys were cutting, guys were active and aggressive, and you got obviously Rob had some foul trouble, but you've got guys in there that are familiar with your scheme, familiar with what you guys are trying to do. Is that just a matter of effort? Where is that kind of coming from at this point in the year?
A lack of focus for sure, and like I said, it's something we've seen all year and guarded well. And whether it was communication, two guys were off the ball several times, got picked apart for layups as far as that. You know, but even the fact that, you know, Rob being out, majority of his 5 fouls were undisciplined, leaving the floor, reaching, and so he took himself out of the game there as well. But you know, just poor overall job, coaching, playing, getting ready for this game, understanding what we need to do to win.
Where do you guys kind of go from here? How do you figure this out? Is this, you know, we get closer and closer really to the midpoint?
Yeah, well, every game seems like it's a new day with us, and that can't be the case. It can't be 3 good quarters here and then, you know, 1 undisciplined quarter, as we saw there. Same thing with Milwaukee, the third quarter, the 47-point first half, you give up 43 in that quarter. So it's like it can't be a reset every game. You have to have some continuity, some consistency as far as that. So this game doesn't have anything to do with next game in a good or bad way. We've played great games and come back and not played well, and vice versa. Played a poor game and then come out and look like the best team in the world. So that lack of consistency overall there is what's most concerning. It doesn't really matter who's in or out. You know, we got some lineups out there that obviously not familiar with, but the things that you're seeing, it doesn't matter. Those are our backups playing. The poor defensive communication really stood out off ball.
When you say undisciplined, it's not the first time it's been an issue this year. Where do you think that kind of stems from?
Which part are you talking about?
The undisciplined player.
Getting anxious offensively, and certain things can look so easy in the stretch in the third where we got the lead. When you're penetrating and kicking, getting guys wide open shots, and then 2 plays later, you're shooting over 3 guys. And so that's a matter of taking poor shot selection, undisciplined shot selection. And so they call a timeout because we go on a run, and we stress that's how easy it can be. Just penetrate, kick, get it to your open guy, and then come out, revert back to more one-on-one play. So that's a form of our lack of discipline. Off the ball defense was obviously, that stood out tonight, but something we've seen all year and defended well all year. To get carved up like we did tonight was embarrassing.
Coach, you got some question back here from John Corrales, please.
Hey, Coach. A couple. Rob's defensive slippage kind of goes back to that West Coast trip. What can be done to correct that? And secondly, what can you do? What can the coaching staff do to correct some of this undisciplined play?
Well, regarding Rob, like I said, the majority of them were, you know, leaving his feet on, quite frankly, a guy that we'd want to shoot jump shots, and so he left the floor a few times and got early fouls there. And then when you have 4 fouls, you obviously can't reach in and get your 5th that early in the game. You know, someone that's as important as he is to us, with guys being out and guys just returning, you know, kind of took himself out of the game. So just game plan, attention to detail on who you're guarding. It's what we want to live with, and if Knight or certain guys shoot jumpers and make those shots, we're fine with that, but not to run out or fly by on these guys and then give things up at the basket or get fouls there. As far as the coaching part, we've got to find a way to motivate them to be consistent. And we took a look at the poor areas of what we did against Milwaukee. Wanted to clean those up tonight, and then something else bites us in the ass, basically. The off-ball stuff that hasn't been a problem all year. So it's like you're at times trying to, plug up the dam in a different hole every night with something. We're really good at one thing, and then something else creeps up on us. And so find a way with what we have to be better as we were in the first half. Defensively, great first half, 45-point first half, and then similar to last game, come out in the third quarter, it's like we forgot what we did well.
Jared Weiss.
Minnesota had so many guys that they're kind of getting like their first shot at bigger roles in this game, and you said like the focus wasn't there. How much is that an issue of, especially right now where so many teams are playing new guys, to just not have the focus on knowing what that guy's tendencies are and knowing how they're going to operate because it's so novel?
Yeah, you could say that's part of it, but the other team is going through the same thing, and we spent our whole scouting report on personnel. We talked about specific guys and not even plays or sets that they run. So, if we didn't talk about certain guys, the lack of shooting that they have, we're jumping at certain guys that are not shooters, and so that part, you can't make an excuse as far as like we didn't know the personnel, because we really hit that pretty hard today.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, celebrating their Get Holiday Ready sales event.